So what is a soccer derby? Well, three conditions must be met for a derby in soccer. It must be local, have a soccer history, and also a rivalry between the teams and the fans. And welcome to the regional round of the Division I boys soccer playoffs between the number 9 Dutchtown Griffins and the number 8 Amant Gators. The two schools are less than 15 minutes apart. Both teams have top 10 finishes in the state the past 7 years, and both soccer clubs have combined for 7 of the last 8 district titles. All of those ingredients are in play for a soccer derby tonight here at the pit, as the winner will advance to the quarterfinal round. Stay tuned. The Rev Game of the Week is next.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today. Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network, where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character, and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
For your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome to the pit in Santa Maria for second round playoffs between Dutchtown and Santa Maria boys soccer. You see the records right there and the seeds. This game at the pit because Santa Maria is the higher seed. They're the 8 seed, 12-3-3 on the season. Dutchtown is the 9 seed, and they are 10-3-6. And this is a historic night for boys soccer in Ascension Parish. And now I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Santa Maria girls coach Jolie Hartman. Welcome. And this is one of the biggest games ever to be played in soccer in Ascension Parish, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Just because of this matchup as 8 and 9 here at the pit. It's called the Soccer Derby just because of it has so much tradition and so much power. The winner of this one goes to the third round, of the playoffs. And, for district people to have to meet up in the playoffs, that means that something went right during the season. Right. Just because of, you checking out their results from the regular season, and 8 and 9 from the same parish. Mm-hmm. That speaks volumes about what's happening at both programs and just soccer in general in Ascension Parish.
So we are about 10 minutes away from the opening of this game, and we got a lot to talk about before all that. So we're going to start with a look at the coaches and some of the things that have happened during the season. And the two coaches, Marcus Dyer at Dutchtown and then Adrian Garcia at Santa Maria, Jolie.
Yes, and both coaches right here, as you can see, Marcus Dyer, he's only in his 5th year at Dutchtown, and please look at this record.
Mm-hmm.
Any coach would want to see that you were literally more, I'm trying to do math, hurry up in my head, but that's right at 80%, win chance with him, and that just speaks what Dutchtown school has as athletes and things like that. And then, Santa Maria's head coach, Adrian Garcia, he's been coaching for quite a while, 17 seasons overall, but his 15th here at Santa Maria High School. And then, look at this record. 281 wins, 68 losses, and 19 ties throughout his career as a coach. And that's just a statement of what Adrian has done in the sport of soccer and what hopefully we'll see for years to come for Marcus Dyer.
Well, one thing that we're going to see that we didn't see last time, and we broadcast that game together here at the pit, we're going to see a goal tonight because you have to have a winner. You had the draw 0-0. Some dramatic moments, especially at the end when Dutchtown lost their goalie to an injury, and then Santa Maria rallied late but could not take the lead, and we wound up 0-0. But somebody's scoring tonight, so we're going to get more than what we got last time.
You're definitely going to have a show here on Rev tonight, just because in order to go to the next round, you have to have a winner, which I always laugh at it because parents, Coach Joe, why in district you can, do 0-0, and I'm just like, to where, JV games after, you're not backing that up or anything else, but, in district it goes to goal differentials and goals allowed, that kind of stuff, but in playoff play, a winner will be decided that night of the game. So just looking at what's on your screen, too, last year in Division I playoffs, Dutchtown lost to Catholic in the finals. So, coming off of that loss in the finals, Dutchtown this year is trying to get back to the finals, and their way through this playoff is here at the pit tonight. And for Santa Maria, this is kind of a bittersweet moment because this is the game that they lost out last year to Denham Springs 2-1 in that second round. So Santa Maria tonight is going to be very, I guess you would say, energetic and things like that because they don't want to, stop their season with a winning season and lose here at the pit tonight. So it's going to be a very exciting game that's about to unfold here on Rev, and I'm very excited to be commentating with you tonight because we had some fun on that 0-0 because it was back and forth and back and forth. So
right, and it's going to be a good one here tonight. And you saw the one thing I want to mention is Dutchtown versus Catholic in the state championship last year. The quarterfinals, most likely the winner of tonight's game will be playing Catholic unless there's a 16-1 upset because Catholic is the number one team in the state. So one of these two teams is likely traveling to Catholic High next round, Jolie.
Yes. And something what everybody is always saying, why isn't soccer select and non-select, how football and everything else is just because soccer is not really known throughout the state. So some schools don't have soccer and that kind of stuff. So they kind of go off of, how much enrollment a school has and the difference between, football and baseball and all this and all that. And soccer is not 5A, 4A, 3A. It's out of Division I, Division II, Division III. So Division I, anytime you see that is based off of a 5A school.
So I believe we're going to get ready for the opening of our game, and we'll get to the starting lineups in a moment. I believe that we will be getting to the national anthem before we get to the start of tonight's game. As you see, both teams, Dutchtown is the visiting team in soccer. The visiting team wears white, and so they have white with black, and Santa Ma in the gold with the black numbers. So the two teams
and
are
this
headed
is called
to
an international walkout. It's when you meet in the middle of the field, kind of signifying, the respect of the game and the respect of sportsmanship and teamwork. It's also to kind of, unfold the team to the spectators and kind of, I guess you would say, the start of the game. Sometimes you'll hear announcers call the starters or call the whole team. But normally this is just for out of respect of both programs and spectators to show off who's going to be playing tonight.
So the crowd's still filing in. We expect a big crowd tonight because of the nature of this game and the rivalry. We'll go to the PA announcer right now.
Amant Gators. Please have everybody rise for the national anthem.
So we are just about ready for the opening of tonight's game. We'll get to the starting lineups right now, and I'll go with the visitors. The Dutchtown Griffins starters on offense. You see number 3, Josh Thibodeau. Number 5, Michael Mathern. Number 6, Carson Gautreau. Number 7, Ethan Shanahan. Number 10, Zachary Peltier. Number 18, Michael Brizard. 19, Obi Arandi. Number 37, Preston Springer. Number 15, Cooper Fontenot. Number 33, Harrison Smith. And number 54, Josh Barrow. And Jolie will give you the Santa Ma starters.
And for Santa Ma High tonight, we're going to see 00, Taylor Wall. Number 4, Leo Fuentes. Number 5, Aldo Padron. Number 7, Caleb Wilkins. Number 8, Micah Cretini. Number 9, Bryce Weathers. Number 12, Braxton Tribo. Number 15, Nelson Fuentes. Number 29, Abram Lawless. Number 30, Brandon Perez. And last but not least, number 37, Easton Jara.
So we are moments away from the start of the game. As you see, Coach Garcia and the Gators in the gold tonight, getting ready to start things. And as we mentioned earlier, Dutchtown wearing the white here tonight. As you see them on the left, Coach Dyer giving his final instructions for tonight. As I mentioned earlier before we went to the national anthem, we're expecting a big crowd for obvious reasons. However, it looks like on the left side, Dutchtown has a good crowd here tonight. But one thing that is going to kind of split the crowd, and we're going to talk about this a lot tonight, there's 2 soccer games going on for Dutchtown. At home tonight, the girls are playing Mandeville, and we're going to give you updates on those games, or on that game as we get them. We also are going to try to get Catholic High updates to see if they win and move on to the next round and play the winner of tonight's game. So there's a ton of soccer. There were some games played on Tuesday and Wednesday, but most of them are being played right now in the second round. Of course, some Tuesday games were played because the fields were taken on Thursday night.
Yeah, or Wednesday we kind of saw that the weather wasn't going to really, be too great, to host anyone. I got to host Bird Tuesday night, and I was looking, talking to Bird coach Lisa, and we kind of looked at that weather, and we was like, I don't want you to have to travel 4 hours in rain, coming down here. So we decided on Tuesday. But one of the tricky things with both of boys and girls season being at the same time is we have the both time limit for, to play a playoff game. So, how the girls, Dutchtown is playing at home tonight and the boys are here at the pit. It's just kind of, it kind of clashes sometimes, but you try not to where you can both support each team. But here we are, fans. This game is underway.
And Santa Ma will start possession. They're going from left to right, and it goes out, and it's going to be a quick throw in for the Griffins.
And already you can kind of see Santa Ma going a little bit more defensively, kind of giving that respect to Dutchtown offensively. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that soccer ball in the air just because of clearances and trying to shoot over defense that is five-man back.
Good block by Santa Ma on the attempted cross. And so now Dutchtown will switch right. And Peltier cannot hold on, but he gets to throw it in as it goes off a Gator defender.
A great job by Jaro right there, just heading the ball out, making sure that a Griffin didn't get that. And then Peltier, here we go again, a throw in just because of that header going out.
And it goes out again, and this time it'll be Gator ball. And so the throw in coming from Lawless. And header out. And that'll be Dutchtown possession. Peltier to throw it in.
Dutchtown's doing a great job with stepping in front of the Gators and getting to the ball.
18 is Brizard right there. Gets past him.
And that's number 8, Micah Cretini for the Gators, trying a little offensive with his dribble. He's trying to look for someone that is open, and he is finding Nelson Fuentes in the corner.
Nice pass. Cross and taken by the goalie Barrow, as there was a Gator there ready for the header if Barrow could not take it. So
and that was an awesome job that you're looking at right now for Nelson Fuentes to get it in the corner, but then that Griffin goalkeeper right there, Barrow, comes up with it and pretty much saves Dutchtown right there because the Gator was wide open.
And a shot way high. It's going to hit a car. Passing,
welcome
getting
to
ready
the
to
pit,
park.
Silver Car, because this is going to be a game. As you see, number 7, he loses his
right, that's Shanahan.
Shanahan loses his footing and just tries anything just because he sees Gator coming in to attack him right there. And great job for the Gator defense to make sure that he doesn't get a great quality shot off.
And here comes Dutchtown with possession, and they'll switch.
And that's a great switch right here, just because you do have numbers up, but here we go.
Nice steal, but it's going to go all the way to Barrow.
Yes, and that's what the Gators need to look for, that switch, and kind of counter that, because if we, if Santa Ma doesn't start that early, great tackle, and here's Trabo.
It's an opportunity, but I believe we're going to get a corner.
Yep, first corner of the game.
So earlier we had Cretini with some offense and some nice moves. He got the game-winning goal last week against Bonneville.
Yes,
and so
he did.
He's a clutch performer, and that's what he's trying to do here tonight. We are about 3.5 minutes in, no score. Dutchtown at Santa Ma at the pit.
And, shout out to Ascension Parish School Board for getting these Ascension Parish schools turf just because of the fact of, the game, rain last night and everything else. We still are able to play this game today.
Attempted header. Dutchtown trying to get it through Broussard.
And Lawless right there trying to make sure that that ball doesn't get out onto defense.
So Santa Moss had a couple of nice opportunities, and they're going to get a throw in right here from Lawless. Setting everything up now. Looks like we're ready. In the box. Good defense. Dutchtown possession, but it's taken away and a save. No, thrown. It's going to be a throw in for the Griffins, so that's usually Pelche on this side.
And that it is.
Crowd still pulling in. It's gonna be the visitor side is going to be nearly full tonight. It looks like they're going to accommodate some fans on the home side now as they're starting to get full. We've mentioned in the past they like to have the fans on the opposite side of the benches, but if you don't have room.
Michael Cortini was trying to find the switch, but Aldo was in his way. And then here we go, our first foul of the night just came from, trying to get the ball back after Michael Cortini tried to find the switch, and it's going to be a Gator ball.
And so everybody's setting up about 25 yards from the goal, and this one is going to get all the way to the goalie, so Barrow has possession.
Yeah, Santa Monica is going to have to, for another free kick, find it to where that ball goes more to the PK spot instead of, curling out to give a little chance for the Gators. But that was a great job by Barrow for coming out and getting that ball and making sure that nothing else happens to the ball while they're playing defense.
And now here's an opportunity in the box. Shot saved. Kept by Funes, excuse me.
Yep. And look, he's going to be the Gator threat, along with Micah Cortini, which we're watching this now. And that was a great left foot shot. And Barrow just was in the right position and fell on the ball to make sure that he knew it wasn't popping out because he felt another Gator presence over there with Trabo.
And so a throw in on the opposite side. I believe that's a Rondi on the other side that will throw it in for the Griffins. So he's going to go all the way up.
And I expect this to go inside the box with a long throw.
So now we wait. And it is. An attempted header, too strong. And cleared by the Gators. Header back in. And stolen, but Gators back on defense. Can't get through the next wave, and it is going to be Gator possession. Still no score early in our broadcast here tonight.
We're definitely seeing the soccer ball more in the air, and that has to do with nerves, not trying to mess up or things like that. So trying to just get rid of it and send them all right here, but there we go already. Preston Springer for the Griffins taking that away and any, Gator offensive chance on this possession.
Both teams have had some opportunities here. Santa Monica has gotten some couple of nice shots up near goal. A couple of saves from Barrow so far. One shot from Dutchtown way high and over the goal. Now here's a Rondi, and it's a nice block, and still a fight for it, and here comes the Gators as number 8.
That is Micah Cortini. Just tries to find Braxton, and then here we go. Nelson, he's going to try with this left.
High. Ooh, that could have gone in. And hand save right there by Barrow. Just got enough of his fingertips on the ball to prevent a goal.
Let's look at this again, just because Nelson, he sees that goalkeeper is out and he just tries to chip it. But an awesome save by Barrow with that and just getting it over, because sometimes, you try to catch a soccer ball and it's going to go through your hands because, you're not really paying attention. You're trying to jump, trying to do all this. So great job with just getting it out and over the crossbar.
So Padron's going to get the corner and unsuccessful, but still has possession in the box. Shot high. That was
exciting.
That was interesting right there.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, as we can see this play again, Padron just put it in for any Gator, and then you just see he squares up and just rockets this shot, and it just sails right above the crossbar. That's a great opportunity for the Gators. Just missed that, you know, just by a little bit. But, I mean, if it was football, that would have been a great, you know, field goal. So the Gators just got to keep chomping at the goal.
Almost a flashback for Dutchtown as they played Friday night against Zachary as they trailed 1-0 9 minutes in off a corner kick. So nearly a similar circumstance, a similar time as we're about 9.5 minutes into this game, and Dutchtown will have a possession. Santa Ma's definitely had better looks at the goal here so far tonight. Here's a chance and a bump, and no whistle.
Yep, no whistle.
And play on, and Wall has it, and he'll kick it away. And Santa Ma, we talked about, they've had some good looks here tonight. Their leading scorer on the season is Braxton Trabo. He's got 10 goals on the season.
And we
Micah
see right
Cretini
here
with 11 assists.
Yeah, we see right here Dutchtown just kind of put their hands on the back of a Gator on the far end, and we're going to see this throughout this game. Emotions are high. We have to have a winner tonight, so we might be seeing a few more fouls called here and there just because of trying to get the ball, you know, and things like that. But nothing serious just yet, but, you know, just be aware. This is a very emotional time for both teams just to try to get to that next round. And, I mean, great job right here. Oh, as we're seeing this little thing right, you just see point blank, hey, move out the way, that's my ball.
Well, when we covered the 0-0 draw, there was some intense moments and some very aggressive play on both sides, and that's the nature of the game. But we got to talk about it. I mean, both these teams are rivals, as Dutchtown now has possession. But as a pass, tried to get the diagonal down low, but stolen by the Gators. These two teams are obviously rivals, but they also know each other. And one of the things that we talked about during the first broadcast, great sportsmanship on both sides. They both paid tribute to Dutchtown's player who died during the summer, Zaid Rashday, as both teams paid tribute to him in the opening moments of the game last time. So they know each other, and they want to win. They're going to play rough, but they're still friends off the field.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, Thanksgiving when you go outside and play football, you know, with your family and stuff. It's tackle. So that's the same thing that you're going to probably be seeing here tonight. And this free kick for the Griffins is a great opportunity. So let's see what happens.
And it's in the box. The header, whistle before.
And the ref is already calling a push off the back by some Griffin. I don't know. There was a slew of them in there. But the Gators, look, here we go. Let's see.
Maybe we can see.
That's a great ball right into the PK.
Hard to see.
I'm glad he's wearing green and I'm up here because I didn't see anything.
So the Dutchtown boys cannot score. However, the Dutchtown girls have scored. They lead 1-0 over Mandeville. So the Dutchtown girls trying to make it to the quarterfinals. And the winner here tonight on the boys' side makes it to the quarterfinals. And now here's switch over. So now Dutchtown will try the left side.
It's a great ball movement over there by number 4.
And a whistle.
Is that number 4? Can't really see that far.
Yes, it's tough to see on that far side.
Yeah, so it might be number 5, Michael Mathern.
Yes.
That was a great ball movement just to get, you know, the Gator defender to move around and then foul him. So here's another free kick for the Griffins.
This is a Rondi. And a shot. No, that's a wide right, excuse me.
Yep, that was a header off of a Gator.
Hard to see.
Now,
I could not see.
So now we're going to see the long throw from Zachary right here from Dutchtown. But, man, I just see the Griffins kind of losing their slip, you know, their footing every now and then.
I have noticed that too.
But right here, look, the game's turning for the Griffins here. You know, just had a throw in. Now they're getting a corner. So something's, you know, jiving right now for the Griffins offense.
Right. You've seen a couple of opportunities on the corner for Santa Ma. The first opportunity tonight for the Griffins. And it's low, and another opportunity coming.
Another corner. The Amant Gators sent that to Murray. So, Murray's, if you get it, please bring it back to Coach Adrian.
So another opportunity.
And I do want to give a shout out to Amant's student section over there. It's kind of amazing to see it at the pit for a soccer game. So great job, students.
And it's still there, and Wall gets it, but a whistle before. Maybe another push?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, said earlier, it's emotions. So let's see. It happened at the far post of this corner. And we see, oh, yeah. Definitely saw that in the back end. Just ran over a Gator with no opportunity to, even with the ball, at play. So the referee is going to give a foul anytime, there's no play on the ball and you get pushed before the ball even is played. And Braxton Trabo here for the Gators trying to outrun the Griffin defense right there with, there's number 5, Michael Mathern. So I got to maybe get contacts or binoculars from up here.
Right, it's just tough to see that far side, and we're in the dark here, so it's hard to see a lot of things out here.
Oh, I see it. It's number 6. So excuse me, Mr. Carson Gautreaux. You did a great job of getting a foul at the other end of the field.
Right.
And then here's number 7, Caleb Wilkins for Amant. He has one of the longest throws I have ever seen, so he's going to try to put this in the box for the Gators.
And it goes in, and still alive, blocked, and a shot. Save.
And a save. Man, those bounce around balls, you never know, as a defender, do I kick it? Do I let my goalkeeper? You see right here on this instant replay, Braxton Trabo tries to get it, and then Micah Cretini, gets it from that, just that off ball from Braxton Trabo and Barrow right there for the Griffins.
Right. I kind of lost the ball because it kind of blended in with his glove. I thought it got free for a moment, but he was able to hold on, and that was key.
And that's something that all great goalkeepers truly do. They stay in position. Even if a ball is bouncing around, they still know, I got to hold down this middle. So great job by Barrow by staying and controlling the goal.
So now maybe another opportunity goes out. Ooh,
that was
nice save.
Very nice.
That's
Abram Lawless.
Yes. And now 50-50 ball in the box, and it's
still bouncing around up there with Mr. Trabo, and that's something that the Gators have truly seen with Braxton. He does not stop.
And a shot blocked. I'm really impressed with Sandoval's play here on offense tonight. They seem to be ready for it tonight. Hadn't got one in goal yet, but they've had some really good looks. And I feel I'm stressed right now for both sides.
Yes.
Because there's no score here, and both these teams sometimes have trouble scoring a lot of goals. So this could be a situation where the first goal could be
and
the game
this
winner.
Is actually the first subs that both coaches have put in. The Griffins subbing on number 15, Cooper Fontenot, and then the Gators subbing on number 22, Maddox Parker for Trabo. And, as a coach, you love to see when other coaches sub people in because that means fresh legs.
Yes.
They can outrun defense. That, we're looking at the time right now. It's already been 18 minutes. Pass. So you want those fresh legs, and like the Texas A&M Aggies say, the 12th man.
Yeah.
You want that out there on the field to give their heart out, for your team and their teammates. But yes, it's a totally different Gator offense from the last time
Yes.
these two played. They're having great setups and already a corner with a shot off of it. But Griffins are no surprise to us just because of the foul and right here a handball. So another free kick right here for the Griffins. Both teams are getting offensive chances. It's just one of them just has to find the back of that white net tonight.
So here we go, as this is Brizard. And they've had a couple of these opportunities, but most of them have gone awry from whistles and contact. This time, no whistle, header wide.
Man, that was a rocket header. I sometimes wish my soccer girls can jump that high, but then I get a little too nervous of how high some of them actually can really jump.
So Dutchtown, they're the 9 seed, and in the last 4 postseasons, the Griffins have made it to the Division I finals, semifinals, and twice to the quarterfinals. So they're trying to make it again to the quarterfinals. And, of course, we're going to talk about Santa Ma's history in just a little while as they have another opportunity.
And here's Maddox Parker for the Gators. This is the fresh leg. This is what I was talking to you about having someone that can come in and kind of give that option, for the Gators with, a little bit more explosive, a little bit more speed. And then right here, we're going to have number 7 again for the Gators, Caleb Wilkins, come in with a long throw.
So you know where it's going to go. We're about halfway through this first half. No score, Dutchtown and Santa Ma. And fight forward, and Brizard clears it left, and then it's
really
away.
Cleared out.
Yes.
Yes, and look, here's your favorite thing, counterattack.
Yes.
Right here, just from that clearance, the Griffins are getting more people up the field, and an offensive chance, and a perfect switch right there, but the Gators were there to cover that up, and it's going to be a handball, by number 37, Preston Springer for the Griffins, and that's going to give the Gators, which that is Bryce Weathers with a free kick right there at the 30-yard line on the field.
So we're waiting for a sub in a moment as Che's going to come in. And we'll mention right now, Dutchtown scored again on the girls' side.
And it's 2-0 Dutchtown Lady Griffins. They are playing their second round of the playoffs. And right here, the Gators are called offsides. As you can see, offsides, if you start on that offside position, then try to hurry up and get, in front of the defenders, you're still going to be called offsides.
So Santa Ma with possession, nearly loses it. They're going to go bring it back to Wall. And Santa Ma, they're the 8th seed, and they only had 2 seniors on last year's team, and then they have 23 seniors on next year's team. So this is a very young team. So you only have a couple of people that they're losing. So this is a team that's going to be around for another year or two, and they look pretty good right now as they're putting the pressure on Dutchtown.
Yep, and another foul on Dutchtown. I think Dutchtown right now, they're just trying to find an answer. So they're just going out aggressively. Look, right here at this replay, both, just going for the ball, but that Griffin was caught, cutting Caleb Wilkins kind of in the ankles right there, and that's Cooper Fontenot for the Griffins.
And the header's going to go to Barrow. So again, lots of pressure. There's been a lot more pressure here in the first half. This game looks a lot different from the game last year, even though the score is identical, 0-0. Both teams in the previous game kind of felt each other out for a while, but you didn't have a lot of scoring opportunities, and Santa Ma is really playing aggressive so far.
Yeah, and that's something that you should expect, out of both teams with it being playoff season, because everything that they've done in the regular season just, spruces it up to here. And, there's a slew of subs coming in right now. You got one for the Gator and one for the Griffins. For the Griffins, it's number 24, Jake.
Yeah, that's Shay.
And then number 14 for the Gators, Daniel Chambliss, back in defense for him. I'm pretty sure that's because one of the Gators was shaken up on that last play, kicking the ankles and that kind of stuff. So we'll see that. And then Braxton Trabo is back in for the Gators. Maddox Parker gave him those little minutes. So, take a little sip of water and get ready for the next round.
So both these teams in the district play. They finished 2nd and 3rd in district. Denham Springs won the district, as now Dutchtown's going to get an opportunity to kick right here. So Denham Springs won the district with a 4-0-1 record. Dutchtown was 3-0-2, and Santa Ma was 3-1-1. So but Denham Springs won the district, but it doesn't matter if you win or lose a district. This is where it all counts. One of these teams that didn't win district is going to go to the quarterfinals tonight as a header goes
Yeah,
wide.
absolutely. That's something that, I tell my soccer girls all the time. They're all about winning district, all about this, and here we are. We came in third place, and now we're going to the quarterfinals, and it's not, I tell them, it's not how you start the season, it's how you end it.
Right. I can't wait to talk to you at halftime about all of that, because we're going to talk about the girls on both sides, Dutchtown and Sandoval, because there could be two
great
quarterfinalists,
job,
as Wall does a great job.
Yes, I mean, that is just something, that is what a goalkeeper should stand for right here, just because of this long throw-in by the Griffins. And he comes out and he makes sure that he secures the ball on that second attempt. And that's going to be foul yet again on the Griffins. I told you we're going to be seeing a lot of that just because it's going to be aggressive. It's emotional. Shanahan just kind of towers over number 2, Caden Garcia for the Gators, and Caden gets the foul called for the Gators.
And so here's a shot and a header straight to Barrow.
And that's a great job by Leo Fuentes for the Gators, trying to find a Gator body, and Braxton Trabo, gets a header off of it, so kind of keeps it in play. But great job, because honestly, where he was at on the field, he was not even, close to the goal. So to get your header to go, to the goalkeeper, you kind of want it behind the net, but that was a great positioning with him heading and, running backwards. So great job by Braxton Trabo for that.
So Dutchtown, Barrow has had to make some nice saves, although a lot of these balls are coming straight to him. But really, on the Sandoval side, Wall has made some nice plays, but hadn't had a lot of shots on the goal so far. There was one that went high, but then you had a couple of penalties on some kicks and some corner kicks. And so now possession is going to go to the Gators. And we have another sub checking in for Sandoval. This is Lawless checking back in.
Yeah, you'll probably see the same substitutions. You found out in your regular season in district and stuff, your true, I call it 13.
Yeah.
You play with 11, then you got 2 extra subs, at any given case in a game. And we kind of see, a little bit more Griffins playing defense in this possession for the Gators, just because of, Gators keep chomping closer and closer to the goal. And they're going to have to find a way to get more Griffins up there offensively, because of their shots, in the past 12 minutes have only been from a free kick.
Right.
So the Griffins has to kind of turn that opportunity around and just kind of, make something and try to make Taylor Wall miss. And as you can kind of see at the top of your screen, the pit has a great crowd tonight for both teams. It's a great atmosphere for these fellas, and I absolutely love it as a head coach for the girls' side, just because of that pumps you up, as an athlete, to see, friends and family in the stand, but just to hear the crowd and the motivation. So kudos to the community for coming out and supporting these Griffins and Gators.
That was about a 40-yard throw, it felt like, right there. That's incredible.
And that's Kayla Wilkins for Sandoval. I told you, he is one of the most powerful throw-ins, that I've seen in a very long time.
And this is Shanahan, and they'll go left.
And the Griffins are just trying to find something. In the first game, we've seen the Griffins have a lot more possession, and that's what they kind of need to get back into in this game. They just need to find each other, find feet, and then something's going to happen by getting the Gators, out of position. And right then and there, they had about 5 passes, and then it went right back to a Griffin.
Right, the diagonal attempt of a nice defensive play there by the Gators. And long kick, and Barrow's going to get to it. He kind of hesitated for a second, and that nearly cost him dearly.
I mean, I know I'm a Sandoval person, but if you see this replay that's playing right now and you see Braxton Trabo coming at you, I would probably, second-guess myself too.
Yeah.
A football player playing soccer, yes, I would definitely move out the way.
Absolutely. Sandoval has a couple of two-way players, I believe, right?
Yes, they do. With Easton
Gyro
and Trabo, yes.
Yeah.
And two of the best things about football and soccer, if you got a soccer kick, they can punt, they can do extra points, and that's what Braxton did.
That's what he did, yeah.
But for Gyro, he is one of, our fast, fast wingers and things like that. And Michael Cretini right there for the Gators is going to get a call for going over the back of the Griffin right here, number 7, Ethan Shanahan. As we can see, he's trying to get the ball, but you cannot go through a person to get the ball. And yet again, another free kick for the Griffins. This is going to be their 5th one already this half.
And it'll go back to the Gators.
Yeah, and talking about, last week in the first round, Dutchtown had to face Zachary. And with that, Dutchtown, Michael Brizzard and Jake
Brizard and Shea.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I'm
looking at my notes, and I'm like trying to watch the game at the same time. So
it's
sorry.
hard to keep up because it's
and Ethan Shanahan are the ones that scored for the Griffins, and as we can see, the center ref is yelling at one of the Griffins on the other side about the throw-in that it's supposed to be a Gator ball, and we hear Dutchtown's fans really upset with that call.
Yes, it's intense out here. I know sometimes it may not feel like you don't capture the essence of what's going on out here on television all the time, but it's very dramatic. It's very tense right now.
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe there might be some people at home because they couldn't handle it here in the stadium because it's so much different.
It very much is. I have a dream of going to one of the Premier League games, and we are seeing number 29 for Sandoval, just Abram Lawless, just going through Dutchtown's
and we have no whistle right
defense,
there.
and Abram gets back up and tries to get the ball back from one of their number 37 Preston Springer's possession, and it is going through as this replay. He tries another footage in this replay, and then he gets back up, and what a hustle that is by Abram Lawless of Sandoval to try to at least get an attempt to get that ball back.
That was Cole Milton. Recognize him from the mullet. He's a senior, one of my former students, but he doesn't come in all the time, but he's a good sub here tonight. He made a nice defensive play and handled the throw-in right there.
And Dutchtown, here we go. They're right here finally in front of the Gator box.
Now Rondi's got a shot, and it's now high and wide as he set up on the opposite side really well.
Yeah, and that's Springer for the Griffins.
Right.
He has been very, right here on this replay, he sets up and he falls to his knees because he knows it was right there. It was open. But, that is a great chance, from the Griffins with a great switch, and finding all the Gators, on one side and finding Springer wide open to have an opportunity for a shot on the goal.
Probably the best opportunity for the Griffins on the night. And now Sandoval will come back and be aggressive like they've been this entire evening, and the cross wide.
And straight to Barrow.
Yes. And so we are about 7 minutes away from halftime as no score between number 9 Dutchtown and number 8 Sandoval. And all of a sudden Dutchtown looks to be a little bit more fluid on offense, although they lose that one right there.
Yeah, and I want to give credit, to Jake Shea for coming in, for the Griffins, because once he came in, it was almost, a whole nother offensive chance for them. And same thing for Braxton Trabo and the Gators. When they're in, they're kind of the sparks, for their offense. I think it's more of time in play, and just like this, you're going to see the Griffins go out wide, and they're going to be trying to find someone in the middle to get a ball, and they play it back to number 33 right here.
Nice move, but
Harrison
a good defense.
Smith.
And Smith loses it. Santa Maria is up to the task on defense, but look who's got it back.
Yes, and for that Gator, Nelson Fuentes, he didn't see two Griffins around him. He just saw that one running to him.
Looked like they were trying to set that diagonal again.
Yep.
And he wasn't there.
They see that it's on, but sometimes, too, on the field, you cannot see how far away you truly are, and then you see the ball fly off your foot, and you're like, man, I didn't need to do that hard. But, yeah, and then one of Santa Maria seniors, number 1, Noah Faulkner, exits the game as his sub comes back in.
And we are about 34 and a half minutes in, as we have about 5.5 left to go in the first half. No score. We're about to get to the third half of no score, possibly. Although I usually jinx things when I say that. As now you see Milton right, and they'll set up center and the switch. Arandi got it, shot. Actually, that's another pass on that right side.
And that's Jake Shea right there.
Shea will get the corner, I believe.
Yep, Shea gets the corner for the Griffins, and this is going to be their second corner of this half.
And so let's see who's throwing it in. And maybe kicking it. I think that's Arandi. So a tense moment here. As a corner from Dutchtown, and the header, and nearly a little scissor kick, but missed, and it goes out. That's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, that's something as a coach you are really trembling in your shoes, just because of the fact, from that corner, it literally went all the way, through all of your defense, and then, all of the Griffin offense, and all the way across goal. And when you see something like that, it's just like, man, you couldn't put your forehead on it, elbow, something. I mean, the refs can't really see if everybody's in there. You just got to show that the net moved a little bit,
So the first game between these two in the regular season in district play was 0-0. Right now we're at 0-0 as we're approaching the end of the first half, and a late whistle as a Gator goes down.
Yeah, and that's going to be Nelson Fuentes. Pretty sure that was head-to-head, both of them. So this ref is actually going to stop the clock, and you see on this replay, they just both went for a header. Nelson's forehead went into, I think, what was it, Ethan Shanahan's, back of his head. So I know the ref is going to have to check him out, and then that ref definitely stopped the clock, so it might add, a few more minutes. Well, a minute, maybe a few seconds or something like that to this half.
I wouldn't expect a lot of stoppage time besides that right there. There's maybe a minute or two, as we are now at 3:14, and the clock will stop at 2 minutes, and they'll keep the clock on the field as there's still no score.
Yep, and that's a great look for the Gators to go across the field, just because you've seen a whole lot of Griffins coming your way.
Shanahan trying to be aggressive, just can't find the ball.
Yeah, and that was Bryce Weathers for the Gators. And now we see this ball just in the air, and both teams are just like, hope something can, happen, because of you're looking at the clock going, okay, so less than 3 minutes, we got to make something happen. So we're going to be seeing a whole bunch of action in these next 3 minutes by both teams.
So Brizard couldn't save it, and it's going to be a quick throw in for the Gators, and now Dutchtown possession. And they get it all the way down, and Wall might get a hand on this. He does.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I was, Coach Adrian, I would be telling Taylor Wall, and you can kind of see that, hey, calm down, cool, collective, let's, get to this halftime.
So I don't want to, I guess I could bring it up because a lot of people aren't familiar with some of these rules. Let's say this game would tie, Jolie. What are the procedures in like an overtime or anything like that?
So you go into overtime. So you do 2 10 minutes, then a sudden death 5, and then PKs.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of a little bit longer than usual. Well, 2 5s. 2 sudden death 5s, 10, 10, 5, 5, and then PKs. Normally when he gets to that sudden death, the legs are gone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little bit slower, 5, but that's when you find the Rudy on your team, the heart.
Right.
You'll see them kind of, defense are kind of struggling a little bit
Here's
longer,
a chance, and a good job of shielding the offensive player right there for Santa Maria.
That was Leo Fuentes, a junior for Santa Maria. Has been big for the Gators back there, as he is just helping out.
Just shield right there.
Yep, he's helping out Taylor Wall, senior goalkeeper for the Gators.
Right. Last year in the semis, Dutchtown St. Paul's went to overtime, and that was what happened as Dutchtown beat them in overtime. They didn't have to go to PKs.
Right. And one of the things that, Jeff said earlier was that the winner.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice, Barrow. Jeff said earlier is that, one of these two teams will be facing Catholic, in the next round. And we're watching this replay by Brandon Perez for the Gators, right to Barrow. And he does a great job with getting down on the ground and making sure that it doesn't get behind him. But this is just in final score, Catholic 2, Captain Shreve 1. That game started at 4 o'clock. So Catholic has already punched their ticket, to the quarterfinals.
Right. So the winner tonight is going to go to Baton Rouge. We'll talk about all that later. Nice job getting it out by Cole Milton. And
that is the half.
We're done. And so we're at halftime. Still no score between Dutchtown and Santa Maria. Deja vu all over again. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today. Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network, where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character, and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
Their reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome back. It is halftime at the pit. Jeff Boris, Jolie Hartman with you. No score again. Dutchtown and Santa. These two teams have now played about 120 minutes of soccer. Over that, if you want to count stoppage time, so have not scored a goal. So this second half is going to be pretty intense. And so we'll be here to cover it for you. Right now, Jolie and I are going to take a look at some of the results in the state tournament for these two teams. We're going to start with the round one scoreboard and talk about the two wins. Santa Maria played last Thursday, I believe, and they beat Bonneville, the 25 seed, 1-0. And you see right there, Micah Cretini had the game-winning, the lone goal here.
Yeah, and we've been saying his name tonight quite a few times for the offense for the Gators. He's more of their center mid and kind of their person in charge of getting an offensive front. Micah's, one goal definitely signified, the Gators moving on. But as you see, 8 and 25. 8, scored the one goal, got to move on. But when it's playoffs, it's playoffs. You can't just look at a number and be like, oh, it's about to be an 8-0. You can't do that. Each team is playing with emotions, playing with seniors that they don't want to leave just yet.
Right.
So that's a great job by Santa Maria of getting that one goal for Micah Cretini and moving on. And, Dutchtown at number 9 scored 3 on number 24, Zachary. And Zachary, seeing that one, yet again, those two numbers don't really look at playoffs. This one's 20, this one's this one's that. It's just an all-around good effort. But, for Dutchtown, these three scored for them. I'm going to let you do this.
Right, Brizard, Shea, and Shanahan. I have trouble with the Santa Maria names, and sometimes you have trouble with the Dutchtown names, and that's understandable.
Yes.
That's why we work well together.
We always laugh just because I'm Santa Maria, you're Dutchtown. We get it. I scream at these kids daily, in the hallway, so it's a little bit easier. But, as you can see, the LHSAA Boys Soccer Tournament Finals Division 1 is going to be Saturday, February 25th at 4:30. And a side note, Boys Division 1 is at 4:30 that day, and the Girls Division 1 is at 7:30, same day. So hopefully we'll be seeing, somebody, in the AP at playing at 5:30 and 7:30 with that. And we've been getting updates for the Dutchtown Lady Griffins. They are winning right now 2-0 over Mandeville. So, that's a great job by the Lady Griffins, shutting down the Mandeville Lady Skippers.
That's right. And it won't be that way in about 45 minutes. But as of right now, the boys and girls teams for both the Gators and the Griffins are still alive as you look at the crowd, and a good crowd here tonight. Considering it's a split crowd, it's even better because, as we said, the Dutchtown girls are playing tonight, so a lot of people had to stay at Griffin Field and watch the girls because they're a solid team and they need a big crowd as well. So we're glad to have the ones that we have here, but let's look at the rest of the soccer scoreboard. Now we can kind of split things up. We talked about the boys. Let's look at the girls. And you had that win, and we were following it. Coach Swack was getting the updates, and I was so happy as you guys played a Denham Springs team that I believe you gave up 5 goals in the regular season.
Yeah. We lost it in 5-2, and then all of a sudden playoffs happen, and something is clicking with us right now, and I'm absolutely loving it as their coach. But yeah, we upset Denham Springs in the first round, and then Lady Griffins, Dutchtown, kind of slid past Slidell pretty easily for him, but I don't want to say pretty easily just because of, as you can see, 5-0. I know Coach Moss and them was subbing in a lot of people and, trying to work on for the next one after, kind of get the 2 on them. You're kind of working on that next round and making sure that you are set for that regional round. And that's kind of where we're at tonight for the boys' side. Their regional round, Dutchtown and Santa Ma is here. I got to host Bird this past Tuesday, and what an emotional roller coaster Tuesday night was. And we upset number 4, CE Bird. They traveled 4 hours down and left with a loss. So it was kind of cool as the head coach with that. And, funny story, Lisa, the Bird coach, after the game, it wasn't a congratulation. It wasn't nothing. She just looked at me and said, "I hate the pit." And I'm like, well, I absolutely love it. So you can keep coming here anytime, anytime you like. And, tonight, right now happening, we've been giving you the updates with Dutchtown Lady Griffins hosting Mandeville. They are up 2-0 right now. I know for a fact their second half should be underway right now. So hopefully we'll start getting those updates soon to give to you. And on Monday, I get to now travel to Dominican. As you can see, it says quarterfinal round, Dominican at Santa Ma. That is now changed. LHSA has changed the rule, but they did not change it on the bracket until late today. For basketball and soccer in high school, if you make it to the quarterfinal round, it goes to the higher seed. So we see Dominican is number 5 in the state, and Santa Ma is 20. So the Santa Ma Lady Gators will be traveling to Dominican Monday, February 13th for a 5:30 start time.
So that kind of surprised me when you brought that up, and we had the graphic because the reason why the graphic is incorrect is because the LHSAA brackets were incorrect as you were labeled as a home team once Dominican won last night, but of course they switched. Now that means that because of the new quarterfinals rules, if Dutchtown wins tonight, they are likely going to Shreveport to play Captain Shreve. They're the 3 seed, but they may lose.
Yeah.
But if they lose, then Dutchtown, if they do win, would get a home game in the quarterfinals.
Yep,
but,
and look, we actually have that final score for Catholic and Captain Shreve. Catholic won.
Right. That's the boys' side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're good. So no matter what, who wins tonight, someone will be traveling to Catholic for that, just because we already know Catholic won.
Yes.
As we kind of get ready for this second half, hopefully both coaches kind of get to their boys and just say, play this game and find the back of the net. I don't think we'll see any changes besides a little bit more offense for both teams. And we're definitely ready to see what happens here. But I'm actually seeing a new goalkeeper for Dutchtown right now. That doesn't look like Barrow. That's number 65, Brady Carroll.
Yeah, it must be.
I mean, maybe my eyes are deceiving.
Or maybe we missed Barrow earlier. I don't know if we assumed that was Barrow out there earlier. But, yeah, you're right about that. Look at the 65.
Yeah, that's definitely someone new from the first half. So that's already a change for Dutchtown coach Marcus Dyer. I guess he's seen something, in this new goalkeeper to kind of help him get through this next half against the Gators.
Want to bring up one final thing before we get to the second half with the Dutchtown girls. Not assuming they'll win. They're up 2-0 right now. And we were saying that they would likely take on Captain Shreve in the quarterfinals. They would have to go to Shreveport for that. And you might say, well, that's a tough trip for them. Last year they went to Captain Shreve in the quarterfinals, and they won that game pretty easily, actually. So
yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely a winnable game if they can get that far.
Yes. And here we go, second half underway. Be ready for a show because somebody is going to win either in this half or we're going into overtime.
And I think it's going to be emotional once that goal is scored. Very
Absolutely,
emotional.
yes. And the Gators already called offsides. Braxton Trabo went from an offside position back to an onside position and got the ball. So this is going to be a free kick for the Griffins.
Maybe if this game went to overtime, the crowd from the girls' game, if that game is over, can make it to Santa Ma, because we talked about 14 minutes.
Yes.
That's not that far away.
No, not at all, and especially if you can get a bus and a bus driver that knows how to drive that bus. So,
right.
Yes, get all the girls over here from Dutchtown.
So here come the Gators as they were aggressive in that first half, and here they come again in the second half. They had a couple of opportunities, couple of shots on goal that were saved, a couple of corner kicks that were in the vicinity. Really, Dutchtown's had one nice opportunity that went awry. They've had a couple of shots, some saves by Wall. But really, Santa Ma's been the aggressor for most of the night here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also helped that the Dutchtown Griffins have been getting more fouls called on them. That's helping, the Gators offensively. But as you can see, the ball ran out bounds with the Gators trying to get to it. So it's going to be a Griffin goal kick right here.
So that's Carroll, as you mentioned. Great observation. And we have a whistle and another kick for the Griffins, as this is going to be a Rondi, it looks like. So he's about 60 yards out.
It's a great chance for the Griffins just to try to get somebody on this ball and get an offensive start for them.
So they push it back, so it's about 63 out now. And it goes in, line drive, down low. Shanahan's got a shot. Kicks a header, miss! Oh!
And that was Jake Shea right there.
He had a point-blank header.
Yes. And let's watch this again because this was so close for the Griffins. That's a great job by Ethan Shanahan and this.
And he was going right.
Just Jake Shea right there, man.
Header right and Wall was going left. He had it, but could not score, and we remain scoreless.
Yes, great opportunity for the Griffins. And I'm going to tell you this, that's just in the first 3 minutes. So if the Griffins are starting out like this, Santa Ma better, man up on defense a little bit more.
Dutchtown likes to play in that underdog role. They like to play from behind.
Yes,
they like to – it's almost like they have to – they have to experience some pressure before they start responding.
Yes. It's that motivation. Kind of, I don't want to call them an underdog, but you know what I mean, that mentality of that.
When they played Denham Springs in their final district game, they were down 1-0 most of the night, and they tied it up near the end but could not win it to win the district title. And, of course, the biggest game in Dutchtown history last year against St. Paul's, they were down 2-0 with 5 minutes left and won the game. So Dutchtown likes to play with the pressure. They're not unfamiliar with it, I should say.
Yes.
But Santa Ma's been playing hard and very impressive here tonight. And they're the higher seed. They're the home team, so they've got a lot to prove here tonight.
That clearance went right to a Griffin right there, and that's number 37. 37, Preston Springer on that right side for the Griffins. And look, we're seeing the Griffins kind of come back to their, passing and possession. That's when they really get going, when they find each other's feet and they get that other team off balance and out of position. And here comes Santa Ma trying to do the same thing with this big switch, and they try to find a Gator, but it just bounces off.
Right.
And number 18 for the Griffins, Michael Grizzard is going in, and they are trying,
And they lose it right, trying to get there, and there he is saying, my bad.
Yep, and like I said, if Griffins just get back to their passing, because they're so technical in that, and that's from the first game that me and you did against Griffins and Santa Ma, they looked phenomenal in their passing game.
Here's Shanahan looking for an opportunity, goes down low, tripped, no whistle, and Dutchtown keeps possession. Here's a Rondi, and he's going to cross. Shea goes underneath, and now the 50-50 ball, and it's Santa Ma trying to clear with a couple of headers.
It's going to be header, and then back to the ground just because of, I told you, emotion. So it is just going to be, I've got to try something, and maybe something's going to happen. And Santa Ma just cannot clear it over that line of Griffin right there, right in the middle of the field.
I want to mention Sanoma because we talked about Dutchtown and their experience, but Sanoma maybe weren't expected to be here because they were such a young team and they lost so many players, but they're the favorites here tonight. They're a higher seed, and so like they have a chip on their shoulder too as they're playing the team that made it to the finals last year, and they want to say, hey, we belong here too. We're seated higher than them.
Yeah,
Give us some respect.
Absolutely, and that's that's a lot of credit to Coach Adrian, only because of Well, I'm gonna stop talking for a second because of this replay. Look, just two players just going at it, and both of their knees and ankles kind of dive in together, giving the Griffins a foul right here. But that's honestly. Credit to Coach Adrian Garcia because of half of these Gators that are so young out there played in that, regional and by district last year. So it's almost kind of like all of these have been here. Right. And we're getting a lot more offensive from the Griffins already in this half. Yeah. That's exciting, I know, for their coach, Marcus Dyer. They have to make something happen, and we see it. They're going on that left side and exploiting the Gators' right side defense. And they're going to try something, and they just need to pass and find somebody that's open. And that's a great job by the Gator defense for stepping in on that one. That's number 29.
Yeah, Lawless.
Yes, Abram Lawless.
So trying to switch, but was able to get it cleared. And now it's going to be a throw-in, and Lawless is going to throw it in. As we are 7.5 minutes into the second half. And still waiting for that first goal as Maddox Parker is going to check in.
Yeah, and Braxton Trabo is just coming out. Yet again, fresh legs for the Gators up top. That's a great opportunity to let a sophomore, Maddox Parker, come in and do something for the Gators. And yet again, this is Coach Adrian, showing the young ones this is where you need to be, and this is, how big this game is. And that's just a shot that was just kind of, hey, hopefully something happens with this. And that was Nelson Fuentes.
Carroll's hurt. He's grabbing his side, it looks like. And so he came in the second half as a goalie replacement.
Yeah, and here's the replay. Let's see if anything happened.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. He's grabbing, his back. So the referee's definitely checking this out. And I know for a fact both of the athletic trainers are waiting to get called on. And the referee is showing, maybe stomach problems or that kind of thing. So, and he's saying that he doesn't want to come out, so he's going to continue to play.
So Barrow's waiting. He may have to check in. They're bringing him in. So Carroll's going to step out. And so I'll ask you as a coach, because you got the two sides. You got Coach Garcia and you got Coach Dyer. What are both sides thinking right now in a situation like this where you need one goal to make it to the next round against a rival team like this?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of go from experience. You've already played them once, so you already know what's in their wheelhouse, who's their threat on offense, and who's their best defender. So I'm kind of, talking to my players, just saying, it only takes one opportunity for a spark to happen, and you be that spark or you be that opportunity. I already know, Coach Adrian is somebody that he's going to win it in the regular minutes. He's not going to try to go into overtime because as a coach, you don't want to go into overtime because these guys are playing 80 minutes. Then you add, 10 more, then a 10 more. It's going to equivalent to, 130 minutes. Your legs are dead, and then you go into PKs and you're asking a kid, all right, hey, score a goal now just for us to go to the next round. So I know Coach Adrian and Marcus Dyer is going to make sure that they are putting more pressure on someone else's defense and trying to just find that opportunity that someone just kind of buckles down and doesn't take, control of the ball.
So since
So
the
you'll
injury,
start seeing numbers up.
right.
You know.
Since the injury, things have kind of slowed down a bit. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. But here's an opportunity for Dutchtown. And stays inbounds, I believe. No, they're going to go.
No, and that was a great job for, I'm pretty sure that's Lawless all the way at the other end. Yes, Abram Lawless. He kind of just back heels it, and it went off of a Dutchtown, you know, off a Dutchtown player. You know, and just to kind of go over again, overtime, the first 10 is you have to play the whole 10. It's not a sudden death or anything else. You have to play an additional 10 minutes for overtime.
Right. So Lawless.
Which this crowd is definitely getting their money's worth tonight, because this has been, you know, back and forth kind of game. And if it does have to go into overtime, that $10 just paid them for a 2.5-hour game.
Yeah. It stinks that both these teams aren't going to advance, because they've played their hearts out here, not only tonight but all season.
Yes,
and Barrow dives for that. Is that going to be a corner kick?
Yeah. It was actually a corner before
he was
Barrow
trying to save it.
Yeah, he was trying to save it, and that's an awesome job by Barrow. And a heads-up play, because you don't want, you know, the Gators to have a corner, but he was a little too late for that. So now the Gators are getting a corner right here, and this is one of their trick plays.
Right, that's Cretini, but nice sliding save by Broussard.
Yes.
And so now Wilkins will throw it in. You know, he's got the arm.
Yeah, we call them robo arms.
Yep.
And we're going to see this right inside the PK.
And a big opportunity, but look at that, Barrow.
And this is a great opportunity for Barrow to find somebody that is up and counter, but he's actually just going to hold it and let everyone get out of his box and get more people offensively mindset.
So Barrow came out at halftime. He was replaced by Carroll. Carroll appeared to have a back injury about 5 minutes ago. And so now he's back in the game. And he makes a save right there on the throw-in.
Yeah, I kind of look at it as, you know, a coach up here watching another coach. I think Coach Marcus Dyer was trying to give, you know, a chance for this Dutchtown kid. I'm not sure if he's a senior or, you know, what classification he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So it might be something that he just wanted him to have an opportunity in this game. Might be his last game or something. I'm not sure. But we got a Gator injured on the far side. Looks like the leg, but he's getting back up, and the ref has stopped the clock for this, and that's going to be number 15, Nelson Fuentes, for the Gators, and he is actually going to be able to jog off the field, and a sub is coming in for him right now.
Right, and a sub came in, Victor Carrillo for Dutchtown. And I want to bring up one thing that I talked about in our open, Jolie, and that was the fact that in the district game, the 0-0 game, with about 10 minutes left, under 10 minutes left, there was a shot on goal, and there was contact, and the goalie, Barrow, was injured, and he had to come out, and Carroll came in those final minutes. As you see the kick down there, 50-50 ball controlled by Dutchtown. Carrillo, and trying to get it inside, and cannot get it to Broussard, but here's another chance. And, through the legs, and good thing Wall was paying attention.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure Taylor Wall was calling off Leo Fuentes right there for the Gators. As you can see in this replay, Gators are just trying to get it out, keeping the ball in the air, you know, and yep, definitely. Taylor Wall was calling off Leo Fuentes, because you're going to want the Taylor Wall kick than a Leo just, you know, trying to get it out the box.
And fight for it in the box. Both players go down, and no whistle, and it's going to go out to Dutchtown. And Broussard's going to throw it in. To finish my thought on Carroll, he had to come in the final 7-8 minutes, and there was a late rally by Sandoval, but he held him.
This replay, you see number 8 for Dutchtown, Victor
Carrillo,
and and Caleb Wilkins. Victor kind of puts his hands on his back, and then Caleb kind of just helps him out and pushes him to the ground. I mean, this is what we're going to see for this second half. You know, the ref kind of missed that for the Griffins inside the box, but I guess you see both plays. You're not going to give them that thing.
Right. The The officials, of course, don't want to have to decide a game necessarily with a close call.
Especially something like this tonight with rivals, because it's not going to be let down that, you just won because of a PK.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a foul right there. That should be Abram Lawless way over there if he hasn't been checked out yet. He kind of extended his arm and went into the Griffin and made him fall to the ground.
So Funes is going to come in a moment. And Caden Garcia, here's a shot opportunity for Carrillo. And cross a little far. Shanahan can't get it, but here's Brizard.
Being guarded by Maddox Parker.
Inside, Shanahan with a potential shot and a good block by the Gators. And here's an opportunity, 1-on-2. Good defense from Mathern, and it goes out, and it's Gator ball, and now a Gator opportunity.
Yep, and you're going to hear the crowd more and more to try to get one of these sides sparked up because of, we're at the 23-minute mark, and something has to happen just to find a winner tonight.
So we haven't had any updates lately from the Dutchtown girls game against Mandeville. It was 2-0 going into the second half. I can assume from the lack of updates that it will probably still be 2-0.
2-0, yeah. Yep, haven't received anything or haven't seen anybody flash me any numbers recently, so pretty sure that's all that we're going to have tonight, which that's a great result for the Dutchtown Griffins over there against Mandeville. Caleb Wilkins with a win.
And they'll just go with the next throw in. Wilkins will get another opportunity. We are almost 18 minutes into the second half. No score, 9 versus 8. And Santa Maria keeps possession. The ball goes straight to Barrow. Nobody home.
And that's a great opportunity for, the Gators. Caleb Wilkins just trying to put that ball into the box, and hopefully, a Gator body will get onto it.
Here's Shanahan. Going over to Milton. Blocked, and here comes the Gators again. They play great defense. They challenge every ball.
Yeah, that was Nelson Fuentes for the Gators. And we're going to have Caden Garcia holding the ball, and nope, he's going to make Abram Lawless and Caleb Wilkins, throw it from here, which I love to see him throwing from right here at the 25. Let's see how far this goes for the Gators.
And there it is. It's unusual to see him throw from the left side. It's usually Lawless on the left and Wilkins on the right.
I was like, hold up, why are y'all switching on me?
Just like on the Dutchtown side, it's usually Pelche on the right and Narandi on the left.
Yeah, and as you can see, Santa Maria student section showed up tonight for the Gators. And it also helps that the Gators are playing the Griffins, so the students want to come see this.
Throw in, and goalie is out, and ball in the air, and the goalie is back set Barrow. Ooh, and still an opportunity for the Gators, and it's saved.
And that's a great opportunity for the Gators. Barrow yet again positioning, and we're going to see this replay. It's bouncing around, and the Gators find someone open, and that is Nelson Fuentes. He has been one of the goal scorers for Santa Maria this season, with coming up clutch in some big games, including EA as one of his last ones.
And a slide and out off of Santa Maria, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Griffins from about 20 yards out. Where the official's standing, that's about 13 yards out.
Yeah, and I can definitely tell you a lot more Dutchtown Griffin students are arriving, so that girls game must be getting close to an end, because we see them now on the opposite side of the field, and we see a whole bunch of cars now lined up in that back parking lot. So this is such a great feeling for these players right here, playing it out, just to stay alive for one more week.
And I just got a text that said it's still 2-0, but I have to leave, so I don't know if they're leaving and going to the over here or what. But I just got passed off to one of the administrators who said that he was going to give me updates. So we'll see. It's still 2-0 on the other side. Arandi, nice pass to Carrillo. Can he get there? No.
And that's Leo Fuentes for the Gator defense. And that Griffin, coming back and trying to get, play the game. You see so many offensive players, as soon as they lose it, they just stop. So that's a great job for Carrillo to come back and still try to regain possession.
So Wilkins throws it in.
I feel like his throws are getting better and better within the game.
And Shanahan will get it in and try to get it inside, but Wall is there. Beyond the halfway point.
Definitely, and here's the Gators. Caden Garcia lost it for the Gators.
And so fight for the ball in midfield, and there's a pass downfield, and there's a Gator there, has to wait for it. Turns around, nice ball handling, and now they'll set up further back. And a header, and a fight for it, and a whistle, and it's going to be foul on the Gators, I believe.
Yes, it is. And right there, I mean, this is part of the game. Number 37, Easton Jarrow, he's just trying to go up, but he doesn't realize that another Griffin is, and that's considered a dangerous play. So it's always going to go against the person that, was either squashed down to the ground, not the one that jumped, but the one that, was jumped on top of. So another free kick for the Griffins, and that one is a great by Barrow. More than half the field he just covered with that free kick, and now it's an offensive chance for the Griffins playing it back.
So Rondi tries diagonal inside, nobody home, and again, no, a whistle, and they're going to call that on Fuentes.
Yeah, he's going to say that on this replay, you're going to see Fuentes. He's going to say went cleat up. So that's another dangerous play. You're just going to be seeing that the players on the field is seeing that clock just wind down. So it's heart racing a little bit more. I got to do this, got to do this. Decision making is going to be a little less. So here we go. That kick went inside the box, and Gators clear it out. And now Fuentes right here, and he has someone on the outside running with him. And he tries a shot from long. Not a bad opportunity for him, just because he saw that Barrow was out. Man, just another about 5-10 more yards, and he would have got Barrow with that chip.
So subs waiting to come in. That's Shea for Dutchtown and Perez for Santa Mon. Looks like Shea's going to come in.
Yeah, they definitely want Jake Shea in there, just because he is kind of their threat on offense when trying to change up the possession in the game. He's kind of that spark for the Griffin. And Perez, he's somebody that is very smart on the defensive mindset for the Gators, so that's why he's being played in the middle now, because they are going through the middle and onto the outside for the Gators.
And they get it down. No, nearly, as they have to, nearly a disaster for Dutchtown. And now here comes Dutchtown. They want to run.
Yeah, this
Shanahan
is their counter.
and he's still got the ball. Shot, saved, and Wall holds it.
And that's a great job by Shanahan, just exploiting that offensive chance. I mean, he just sprinted almost 25 yards and still got a shot off of it, and Taylor Wall was there. And perfect positioning for Taylor Wall, just to make sure that Shanahan's shot and that 20-yard gain that he had on the Gators wasn't for anything. And Braxton Trabo here for the Gators pass, and Barrow, man, he must have sticky glue on his gloves, because that's now the third time he's got a ball from over his head. Great job by Barrow yet again. He is having a stellar night for the Griffins.
And he was replaced to start the second half by Carroll, but Carroll was injured. He's had to come back in. He's done a great job. Arandi inside, Brizard going back to Arandi, trying to cross up high and over.
Yep, and it's actually out of bounds, too, so it's going to be a throw in.
Right. So he did lose it out of bounds before the kick.
Yeah, but I still love that. You know, we see it right here. Arandi, he didn't stop. Like, that's what I love to see in a game like this. You know, some players, they see it's going out of bounds, so let me stop. I don't want to use energy. But, like, this means more to these guys out here. And it's such a great atmosphere for them. And it's been a pleasure to watch them and commentate this just because this is the growth of soccer in Ascension Parish. And it's really nice.
So bad pass. And Barrow's going to get this.
Yep.
So bad pass from Milton, but not able to do anything with it, and so Dutchtown will kick.
Yeah, with Barrow having a stellar night, they're just trying to make Braxton Trabo outrun the defense, but Barrow is coming up big and coming out the goal. And Sandoval doesn't get to that ball on the opposite side, so it's now going to be a throw-in, and we got a few subs for the Gators and Griffin. Number 10.
That's Pelche.
Zachary Pelche is coming in, and Braxton Trabo is coming out for the Gators, and number 22, Maddox Parker, is coming in as a forward for the Gators. Just like I said, fresh legs. Let's see what happens in these next 13 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes added on for the 2 injuries.
Yeah.
So remember, the center AR is in charge of the time.
So Pelche threw it in. He replaced Cole Milton. And it's going to be another throw-in for Pelche. And he wants to hurry. Gets it down. Possession Griffins, but cleared by the Gators. And it'll go out of bounds to Dutchtown again.
Yeah, almost at the 50-yard line. And I'm pretty sure that's what that ref is going to tell him to back up.
Yep.
Just because nobody was even in that play, so he can tell exactly where that ball went out.
Still fighting for it. Gator goes down, and they'll get a kick.
Yeah, so the Gators are going to have a free kick right here as we see both of them try for the ball, and Abram Lawless gets in front of a Griffin, and he just pushes him down to the ground.
Now Shanahan for Dutchtown. And there's a diagonal trying to get it to Brizard.
Caleb Wilkins stops that.
Yes.
And let's see what the Gators can produce here with Caleb still running, getting it offensively. So we got an outside
little bump.
An outside back all the way up forward. Like I told you earlier, Coach Adrian's going to be putting some people up just to get a spark, and Caleb is kind of that man for the Gators just because look at him. He's up, he's ready, and now he's about to have this long throw in.
Tense moment. Throw in. Looking for a header. Dutchtown
and a Griffin
clears
gets
it.
there first.
And now they'll go on offense. Shea can't hold on to it. And Wilkins for the Gators. Nice pass down.
Oh, the flag is up. The flag is up for the Gators. That was a great opportunity for them. Yes, yes, yes. And that's something that, the Gators are going to have to kind of adapt to with these last 10 minutes or, 12 minutes, however long that center AR is going to give it. And look at the Lady Gator soccer team supporting the guys. Definitely excited as a coach to see my players here supporting their boys team.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the Gators are going to have to control speed, offensively in Dutchtown too, just because of the fact that offsides are going to be called because legs are getting a little tired. So Dutchtown set a great offensive trap on the Gators offense, and hopefully we'll see right here the Dutchtown Griffins. They're going to try to place this ball right into the box, and just like this whole second half, hopefully something will happen.
Arandi will throw it in, and it's knocked out. That's off of a Griffin, and we'll get a goal kick. So we played 150 minutes of soccer, and we're waiting for a goal between these two teams. 0-0 in district play, 0-0 in the playoffs. I'm telling you, this goal, whoever scores it, if they don't go to PK,
Yep.
is going to be, this place is going to erupt. And it's probably only going to be one goal.
Yeah, I knew that ref was going to call this just because you saw Shanahan just kind of lose his balance, and that was all because of a Gator just simply right here on this replay. A Gator just stuck his leg out and tripped him, so that was definitely going to get called for the Griffins. Great opportunity right in front of the goal, this free kick.
And it's inside, and the shot wide.
Man. And that was Harrison Smith for the Griffins, was just placed, touched by a Gator. As we see this replay right here, what I'm talking about, it was touched by a Gator to get out, but great positioning by Smith to stay still focused, in the inside the box, but his shot just too far left.
Now, the Gators trying to get possession. Lawless has it stolen. And it's going to go down, and the Gators will maintain possession. And Arondi kicks it back on the Sanoma side, and a little back and forth here.
Yep, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of boot ball from defense to just get it out the way because they don't want that ball staying too long on that side.
Another 50-50 ball controlled by the Griffins. Shanahan, and he's trying to get it down to Brizard. He's there. Nobody home on the cross.
Leo Fuentes with the wild touch kind of cost him just because he did have Braxton Tribo open and Nelson Fuentes in the middle.
Now here's an opportunity for the Gators. And Dutchtown clears it. It's going to stay inbounds, and Brizard's going to keep it. Good job by Brizard, and now they get it down to Carrillo.
And Carrillo finds that switch that has been open all night for both sides.
And it's blocked. Maybe an opportunity for Dutchtown slide, and it's Gator ball. As a Gator goes down.
And that is our first yellow card for the night, and that's going to be on Carson Gotro, number 6 for the Griffins. You can totally tell right here on this replay, he just goes in and smashes Lawless's knee right here, and Lawless is up and moving now. So a free kick for the Gators, literally all the way almost by the corner flag. So Leo Fuentes is going to have to cover some ground with this free kick just to get it over into the offensive possession.
So Cooper Fondo is going to come in. He's going to replace Gotro with the card. 33.5 minutes in.
Great job by Leo getting it over the 50-yard line to give the Gators a little chance of opportunity in offense.
Now here they come, and it's knocked out by Smith.
Yeah, that was a great job by Brandon Perez, just getting it down the line and closer to the Gator goal.
So here's an opportunity for Sanoma.
See, Lawless picked it up, and then here comes Caleb. So they just need to give the ball to Caleb and let him throw it in.
Yep. The closer they get, the more they count on him on that left side.
Absolutely, yes.
And there's the throw, and a header nowhere. And cleared temporarily by the Griffs. And it'll go out, and another throw in coming from Wilkins.
And I assume it's going to be Caleb.
Yep.
Yes, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you have that threat, then use it, and I'm actually just got that update, 3-0 Dutchtown Lady Griffins.
So it looks like they are going to advance.
This is Micah Cortini. That's the one who scored for the Gators last week against Bonneville, trying something.
And there's Griffin's possession. Yes, goal from Chloe Sherrow. And now Dutchtown trying to get it down. And Carrillo trying to get there, putting a challenge, but can't get it. And now Wilkins has it.
Great job, Caleb, with trying to help back Leo Fuentes by just trying to get the ball not to cross and give them a throw-in, because Dutchtown also has a long aggressive throw-in too that you don't want to see all the way down there. And there's Dutchtown's possession I've been talking about that needs to happen for them just to get that spark.
And is that going to be a corner or a goal kick?
That looks like a goal kick,
yes.
yeah.
So we're inside the last 5 minutes. There will be stoppage time, and there will be a bit of stoppage time. It won't be just some token moments, most likely. And Rizard fighting for it. Can I get it to Carrillo? No. Now Obi with it. Rizard.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more Griffins come up to have an offensive chance. They're only leaving 2 defenders back on Braxton Trabo.
And Pelche gets it into the box, but that's Fuentes on defense. And another minute goes by. And a trip. And maybe Rizard with the foul. Yes.
Yeah, and both Dutchtown coaches are yelling at the center AR because of this play, how Nelson Fuentes went in and he was playing with the ball on the ground. You're not supposed to do that. And then all of a sudden Dutchtown is given, a talking to, and here we go. This is a free kick opportunity for the Gators right here outside the box. I knew something was about to start happening.
There was a collision.
In this last 5, that was a collision.
And I think that's a fair call right there.
It is. And here's this replay. Let's check this out. Both went up. And then you just see 10.
He went
back and went for him. So here's a great opportunity right here for the Gators. This is actually going to be their 7th free kick in this game, but this is the closest to the goal out of all the free kicks it's been. So you definitely want somebody with power and definitely someone that can just frame the shot.
Is that Wilkins?
No, this is probably going to be Bryce Weathers is there.
Oh. And indirect did.
And sailed.
No, an indirect case. Just taken from the second player.
Yep, so they tried to get some of the Dutchtown right here on this replay. Bryce Weathers went over to get some of the Dutchtown boys to move and hopefully open up a spot, but man, oh man.
I thought we may get a goal right there.
Yes, Aldo just soared it for the Gators. A great opportunity missed right there, and that is probably what is going to send us into overtime just because of not getting that shot on frame.
And so we are now keeping the clock on the field.
Yes, that center AR is definitely keeping the clock just because of we got to stop it at 2 minutes because it's not an official time. Only he has it.
Right. And so Wilkins throws it in. If we go to overtime, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll get to the overtime. As there's a shot on goal, and
that was a great job by Brandon Perez, just trying to get a little piece of something on it because Caleb Wilkins' cross definitely went all the way across the box.
And now here's a shot for the Griffins, maybe their final attack of the night in regulation. But like I said, there's likely to be at least 2 to 3 minutes of stoppage time as we had a couple of injuries.
Yes, absolutely. And something like, as a coach, what you're thinking about is, okay, do you go on the defensive mindset just to close this last maybe 2-3 minutes out? Or, you know what, let's just go for it and send more people up. That's what you're going to be seeing both of these coaches right now try to assess with their team, but you're also kind of looking at who's the most winded and what side of the field we can go down. So you're trying to play smart with not, going, too much into, okay, we got too many people on offense, nobody's on defense now.
So here's an opportunity for Santamon. Goes out. It's going to be Gold throw in. And guess who?
My favorite, Caleb Wilkins. Just because of this long throw in, I so wish girls would have this.
Yes.
This would help me out so much.
So big moment, throw in, and it's loose and trying to save it and prevent a corner, and he does.
Yep, and Barrow is just right there perfect.
And the sidearm toss goes to Broussard, and he's tripped. And this is going to be a whistle, and Dutchtown will get a kick.
Free kick for the Griffins.
So a tense moment for the Gators, as Broussard's going to kick from 55 out.
Yeah, so here's the opportunity right here for Dutchtown. As you see, all of this is now happening within the last 5 minutes of the game. Sandoval had a free kick outside the box, and then now the Griffins are right here at the 45-yard line.
And it goes
great ball in,
and a header, still loose, and there it is, cleared.
And they're going to try to use their horse, Sandoval Braxton Trabo, to run that ball down.
And so we probably have about a minute or so left.
Yeah.
Before we get to, they're going to make him throw it back in from further back. We've seen him do that to Dutchtown a couple of times.
Yep. And that ref just kind of showed up his hands, showing that he's stopping the clock for any time that he feels that a player is trying to waste time.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yes.
That's why we pay you the big money. And a trip. And here's an opportunity.
And this is going to be a yellow card right here.
For sure.
Definitely. You got to make sure you keep your composure in a game like this. And that's going to be on Brandon Perez for the Gators.
And Maddox Parker is going to come in. And the final from Dutchtown, 3-0. Dutchtown advances on the girls' side. And so now it's going to be from Josh Barrow. And it gets close. Dutchtown with possession. Shot from Broussard. And saved by Wall. And
there we go. Let's go to
extra
overtime.
Time. Yes. And so 0-0. And we're going to take a short break right now. We'll come back for overtime. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Welcome back, and overtime, still no goals this season from the Dutchtown-Santa Maria matchup, and we go to overtime. And Jolie, why don't you tell us what we're going to see here?
All right, so in overtime, after you have two 40-minute halves, what, we just witnessed, both, came out 0-0, there's going to be two 10-minute halves. For the first overtime period, you must play all 10 minutes, regardless of if a goal scored in the first minute, let's say it's Dutchtown, you still have to finish those 10 minutes. Then if still tied, you go to two more 5 minutes. Overtime, and this is called the golden goal, and that is the first to score. And you will see the first 10 that is going to happen, then they're just going to switch sides. It's no more halftime, no more nothing. You just switch sides, and then the next 10, and then the golden, what I call the golden hour, the first 5, and then the second 5, and then you go into penalty kicks, which for soccer, you're going to try to choose your 5 best kickers against, the other team's goalkeeper, and then they're going to shoot. Captains are going to come back together and decide on what side they're going to shoot on, and then you try the best out of 5, and that's, soccer overtime.
So teams getting a breather. They're putting 20 minutes on the clock. You said talk about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we are looking for momentarily. And as you said, these 20 minutes have to be played.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we are going to get. And we want to mention, of course, we mentioned this near the end of regulation, Dutchtown's girls with the 3-0 victory over Mandeville. So Ascension Parish has 2 teams in the quarterfinals, and so that would be Dutchtown, and I forget what the other team was.
I think they're the school with the pit also, just, you know, they're called the Lady Gators.
Okay.
Yeah, so as of right now of what's happening kind of around the state, Mount Carmel for the girls' side already punched their tickets to the quarterfinal. They are awaiting the result from number 1 St. Joseph Academy and number 16 Hanville. And then, down on the bracket, Santa Maria girls soccer and Dominican, and then Mandeville and Dutchtown. Now we know that score, so Dutchtown is advancing, and they're waiting to see who won Captain Shreve or West Monroe. And then all the way at the bottom, North Shore beat Southside, and they're awaiting Fontainebleau and SSA results. So as you can see, it's kind of spread out throughout the state, all the quarterfinals, but it's pretty phenomenal to have 2 Ascension Parish teams in the quarterfinals. That speaks so much volume of this community. And I'm not just talking about Santa Maria in itself. I'm talking about Ascension Parish because I know for a fact Dutchtown girls came supported us Tuesday night, and half of my girls was like, Coach Joe, I'm so upset the boys are playing tonight. I really wanted to go support Dutchtown girls, and that's just speaks volumes. They don't like each other when they play each other, but they're going to go support and make sure they know love is love. But when we have to play in between these lines, it's something different.
So on the girls' side, just to finish that, Dutchtown would have to go to Captain Shreve if they win. If they lose, they would get a home game against West Monroe.
Yep.
And on the boys' side, the winner is going to play at Catholic High. That's not a bad trip, although it's the number 1 team in the state. And Dutchtown lost them 2 weeks ago. So they're good.
Yeah, and actually they, if you can see on your screen, they changed it to 10. So overtime 1, 10. So that's going to help us out by knowing, when that next one is going to play. And like I said, there is no halftime in between this overtime, the 2-10. They're simply just going to switch sides, and you are about to see a whole lot of trickery happening in this overtime because they don't want to go to another one. So you're going to see a lot of boot ball and a lot of opportunities for both sides just to, get something happening and something offensively.
Just to finish the thought about Catholic and Dutchtown playing a couple of weeks ago. Catholic won pretty easily 4-0, although that's at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And you're really setting up for the playoffs at that point. So
yeah, and Shanahan is all the way at the other end of this field trying something for Dutchtown. And I'm already seeing a change that Coach Garcia has made. He now has a 5-man back to accommodate Dutchtown's offense. So I think Coach Garcia is trying to get to penalty kicks.
Possibly.
Which not a bad decision on a coach, but you also want
to a shot. Oh,
and Leo Fuentes was right there.
On the post. That was the goal.
Yes, great job by that center back for the Gators. Braxton Trabo with the ball, 1-on-1.
Yes.
That last touch was too far.
And Barrow gets to it. We have a whistle, and he's taking out a card.
Yes, Braxton Trabo gets a yellow card for running into that defender and pushing him onto Barrow. That's something that Braxton right here on this replay, you have to know that you can't get that ball and go through somebody. You just got to move out. Now he's just given himself an opportunity to get taken out the game for something that he could have just simply went around.
Yeah, he pushed Arondi at the last moment once he knew that he wasn't going to get there, and then you had the collision. And it looks like Barrow's okay. And that's something to keep an eye on because the backup goalie, Carroll, came in the second half and had to leave with an injury.
Yeah. So you definitely want to, and, give credit to who was that, Carolo? He was right there with his goalkeeper, making sure, nobody was running over, because I know all the Dutchtown Griffins right now seeing, on this replay, how the Gators get this free kick. You just see that Griffin went up with his feet and hit Brandon Perez in the face. But Brandon Perez is up, and now Leo Fuentes is going to have this free kick right here, right outside the 45-yard line.
See number 21, Nikias Keller, in for the first time, as we have a whistle before.
And that's going to say a push.
Yeah. So Dutchtown needs some fresh legs right now. And so Keller, number 21, has checked in. And as I said, that's his first action of the night. He's going to be on the left side.
And Coach Dreyer's just looking for something, you know, if someone hasn't gone into the game, that's actually a whole lot better because he has fresh eyes. He's seen, you know, from the bench, everything that's been happening. So he can come on and, you know, provide a spark for the Griffins.
Right. And Keller is a senior and a running back on the football team, so he knows how to play.
Oh, and you definitely want somebody like that can run because Leo and Bryce Weathers and Caleb Wilkins, you know, they kind of held their own in the back for the Gators back there, so their legs are not fresh anymore, so you want that freshness. And here comes number 7 for the Gators, Caleb Wilkins. Let's see how this long throw happens.
Setting up.
And I think he was going to trick us and try to go short.
And there's a header, and it goes
out wide. Yes, yes.
6.5 minutes left to go in the first overtime period. So Barrow with the goal kick. Still 0-0. Over 160 minutes of soccer, and neither team has scored a goal against the opponent.
All season.
You're right. 0-0 when we met in district play, and 0-0 as we meet in the second round of the playoffs. The regionals about to be determined. And there's Shanahan trying to get down to Keller, and he's got it. Here he comes, and he's tripped, stays on his feet afterwards, but cannot get to it, and now another opportunity. And they're trying to get it to Keller again.
They are trying.
And this is their guy, and he's basically just camped out there, waiting for it. And a header,
and he was
this is
definitely peanut butter jelly sandwiched right there.
Yes,
I mean, two Gators right here on that replay just simply tried to get the ball, go up, and as we can see, PB&J on the ground.
So now Barrow will handle the kick.
And Barrow's great from right here, getting it into the box. So let's see how this works out for the Griffins.
About 70 yards out.
Let's see.
And he gets his foot into all of it, and there's a header, and another header, and it's in it! It's a goal! And there's the first goal, and that is Brizard, I believe, number 18.
Didn't want to say I called it because that was great by Barrow. I told you this was his opportunity because of the fact that on this replay, he puts it all the way to the PK, and number 18, Brizard, was there. He was at the right place at the right time for the Griffins to put him up 1-0. So look, there's 4 minutes left in this overtime. It has to be played. So you're going to see Sandoval bring all numbers up to just tie this game.
And so now it's desperation time for the Gators. And they have the ball down in the corner, and there's an opportunity, and it's cleared momentarily, and you're going to get the throw in from Wilkins, I would assume.
Oh, yeah, I see him sprinting down there already. And something, oh, look, they actually did a short one since he was already running in. This is a great opportunity.
And it's in the box, and they tried the little wheel kick.
And, man, Micah Cortini with a beautiful, and it's called a bicycle kick.
Bicycle
I like
kick.
the wheel, though, so
yeah.
look at this replay. Let's check out the wheel of motion.
You know what I was trying to say.
Beautiful. Man, Micah Cortini.
Bicycles have wheels. That's what I meant.
I loved it, though. I'm going to start calling it that.
No, I remember that. I remember that from a movie back in the 70s with Pele.
Yeah, yes. Oh, my gosh, that's my hero.
Yes.
Yes, I've always said if I ever had a dog, the name is going to be Pele, and I want to make sure it has, like, you know, an amputated leg just to call it Pele.
There was a movie in the late 70s, a World War II soccer movie, if you can believe such a thing, as a kick goes in, and there was a header missed by Keller.
Yep, so that is going to be another offensive opportunity for the Griffins. And actually, the Griffins are going to probably do one of their last subs of the night. Number 6, Carson Gautreau is coming in, and number 33, Harrison Smith, is coming out. I would, as a coach, I would want Harrison Smith to be in there because he is taller than Smith, but maybe Smith has a little bit more hop. I'm not sure.
So the throw in and good defense by Sanoma. And they've got to go on the counterattack very quickly. And there's a man downfield, and he's got it.
This is Braxton Travo for the Gators. He has been their leading goal scorer. Let's
and a
find
chance,
it.
and it's wide. He got a hand on it. Barrow got a hand on it. Will they keep it in? Yes, they do.
Yes, that's a great job by the Griffins, but already here's Aldo. He has an opportunity, but he never sees that Griffin come behind him. Man, this is definitely Griffins in action in this
and here's
overtime. Keller, number 21 for the Griffins.
He's got a shot to cross. Man there. Waiting.
Still
and
with
a shot, and it's saved.
Taylor Wall, he kind of fumbles it right here. Hopefully we'll see this replay. He fumbles it and then rolls over and finds it, and that's an awesome job by Keller, just keeping it alive and just getting a shot. And you see Taylor Wall rolls over and finds the ball on his back, and that ball is out of bounds right there around the 50.
And it's going to be a throw-in for Dutchtown.
So because the score is 1-0, it's not a tie. It can end in this first 10 minutes of this overtime.
So, I'd hate to see either team lose in a situation like this, because Sanoma plays their heart out, and they played a tough game.
Correct.
I mean, this is why you hate to see these two teams meet so early, but why it's so much fun.
Exactly, yes.
And Arondi, nobody there. Trying to get it to Keller. Now here's an opportunity. No. Second chance.
And that's Lawless right there for the Gators, just trying to keep something alive and going down that side. And he is going to get a foul for pulling.
So they're going to get the kick. And they've got to do this fast. Fast.
Great ball by Bryce Weathers, just putting it up for any Gator over there.
And it goes out, and a throw in coming for Sanoma. Urgent moments. And misses the header. Will it get down to Barrow in time? And it's off the upright.
Yeah, and it's going to be just a goal kick for the Griffins right here.
So you want basically Barrow just get this out as far as they can and make Sanoma work as far away as possible.
Yeah, you want anything to be outside, like past the 40, just because you can see where your players are at offensively. They're staying, they have up 5 people, so if you can catch up with one of them, that would be a great opportunity to keep it offensively from the Gators.
And gets it to midfield on the football side. And will he get to it? Oh, wow. He's being aggressive. Is that the whistle? Is that it?
And so now we're going into that second 10. That second 10. Here we go. We have to play that next 10.
Yes.
And the great thing about the Griffins, you can relax now.
Right.
So you will see a little bit more defensive mindset for Dutchtown with scoring that first goal in this first overtime.
Yes.
It's a little bit more relaxed. It's a little bit more calm. It's a little bit more collective. Sanoma, on the other hand, they now have to score 2.
Yes.
So Dutchtown is a little bit more, free to do whatever. As we can see, we're about to go into that second 10 overtime, just 10 minutes, folks. And what did that 10 minutes give us? I always laugh as a coach, like, where was this at in the first 40 minutes? But it's just time, legs, adrenaline, that kind of stuff. So Dutchtown answers in that first overtime with that beautiful free kick right there by the 45, right from Barrow, and finds a Griffin header. And then a Griffin finds a header into the back of the net. Pretty sure who was that? Brizard?
It appeared to be Michael Brizard.
Brizard, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so awesome job. And we've been saying his name all night, so definitely congrats to him for getting that goal past Taylor Wall tonight.
And I want to talk about something that I noticed, and you brought it up, the fresh legs. I think a difference maker out there was Keller on the Dutchtown side, because he was very aggressive out there, and he kept that ball in play, and he was part of that moment with the header from Brizard, and so
yes,
he kept
absolutely.
it
And this is the replay from that. Keller is the one that actually hits it to Brizard. So, like I said, you want that fresh leg, that 12th man to come out there and make a difference. And Keller has definitely done so for the Griffins in that first overtime. And, the fans that are still here, it's still packed at the pit.
Yep.
They're going to be looking for something, spectacular from the Gators, but then Griffins to just kind of, settle down and possess the ball. That is what's going to have the Griffins come out ahead of the Gators tonight, is just possession in this second overtime. And look, I can already tell you this, they are in a different formation.
Yeah.
Dutchtown. So Sandoval has to see that. They're kind of more, central and not like, as you can see, 33, is Harrison Smith is, coming back to kind of you see a little diamond in the middle there. And you see they tried to go for their tall Braxton Tribo.
So they'll get a throw in, though.
And I could, yep, there he is, number 7.
So the last 10 minutes, perhaps, of Santa Ma's season, or Dutchtown season, if they can get 2 goals.
Yep.
And it goes past everybody nearly, and still an opportunity for the Gators goes out.
Yes, and it's going to be a Gator throw-in. And look, I'm going to tell you this, Coach Adrian Garcia has definitely made a change in his lineup, because now Leo Fuentes is a forward for the Gators. He's not on the back line. That's a big change, and that shows a lot of trust, because now you have junior Daniel Chambliss in the back in the defense for Leo's position. So he's trying to get just a body up there that has experience, because Leo last year was defense and offense for the Gators, a wing and a defensive player.
And so getting it down to Keller, and he's all by his lonesome out there, but they did not get it. And so the first 90 seconds or so go to Dutchtown, as a stalemate gets them a win. And good job by Springer. And Keller fighting for it. He's going to get it.
And Keller still with the ball
pass,
right here.
And he's down there, and there's a chance, and nice job by Wall.
Man, Wall yet again for the Gators. Way to come out and help your defensive back from getting that ball. And Braxton Tribo is still trying to run. And I hate to see it. Leo Fuentes from defense shot
high. And I tell you what about Wall, if he doesn't make that save, this game is over.
Absolutely. And here's this replay from Keller all the way back in defense. And here's Wall just coming out and being big. I mean, the whole thing, at Santa Ma, we kind of laugh at him like you're a goalkeeper and your last name's Wall, You're supposed to come out and be a Wall. So awesome job by that Santa Ma's goalkeeper.
2.5 minutes in, and Dutchtown surviving right now.
Yes, absolutely. And, shout out to Taylor Wall, because this could be his last game at the pit. So
it could
awesome job.
This is Fontenot. He was the one they were trying to get the ball to. Keller was, but the save by Wall. Fontenot can't do anything again.
And Brandon Perez for the Gators keeps him alive and sees Leo Fuentes running down the sideline, and they're going to try anything to not waste any time, because they have to be able to score 2 goals to get this win.
And that was a nice ball, but goes out on Dutchtown, so they are able to get Wilkins with the throw in. And he gets it close, and the goalie is out, and now there's a shot wide. And
yet again, Leo Fuentes from Santa Ma's defense comes up, and that's a great call by head coach Adrian Garcia, pulling Leo right here.
Right.
It's bounced around, and Leo just curves it too much to the right and just kind of goes past the goal.
And at this point, I'm not going to say Dutchtown is winning. Dutchtown is surviving.
Exactly.
Again,
Yes.
3.5 minutes in. If Santa Maria can tie this and we go to 1-1, you'll have the 2 additional periods that can end on a sudden death.
Yes.
Sudden death of goal, the golden goal.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at both Dutchtown and Santa Maria's schedule and results. Dutchtown is the only one this year that played Catholic.
Yeah.
So Dutchtown is the only one with the experience of what this next round could be. So, if we do see Dutchtown moving on, they've already played them and lost on January 27th, 4-0. So maybe they can go back and kind of watch that film. But Santa Maria, they have to score 2 goals in these next 5 minutes, which is so doable. And so,
it is.
It
you have
should.
Fontenot on the left side. That's make that Broussard.
Broussard, yep.
And he's going to try to cross.
And
Good
he
ball
is
handling.
Just ball
Go.
handling through Santa Maria. And look, here we go, a counter attack from Santa Maria. They're trying to switch it very quickly.
And
that was
Peltier.
Abram Lawless trying to get to it, but it's going to be a Griffin throw-in.
Halfway there. Dutchtown in the second overtime period, halfway to a hard-fought victory. Now Carrillo is going to come in, and Keller did his job, and he's going to go back to the bench.
Yes, great job by Keller for Dutchtown. He came in and totally was a spark for their offense. And Santa Maria is just going to pick up the ball just because they need something.
And a quick throw and an opportunity. Nice foot, but it goes out.
Goes out on Braxton Tribo, and I'm going to tell you this, Dutchtown Griffins is not going to try to go get that ball very quickly because they know it is going to waste time.
Yes, indeed.
See, look,
and that's not really unsportsmanlike. It's just good strategy.
No, it's definitely a strategy of a game. If you're the losing coach, you hate it. If you're the winning coach, you're yelling at your kid, somebody else throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like calling the person from all the way across the field to do it. And this ball is going to stay in.
And that's Fontenot
for the Griffins, yes.
Good defense by Chambliss.
Yep, and it's actually going to be a goal kick. So Santa Maria is staying alive right here, trying to get a spark in these next 3.5 minutes.
This is the most tense I've ever felt at a soccer match. I had to watch the St. Paul's game against Dutchtown on the internet because I was out of town.
Yeah.
But this is the most intense live game that I've ever been to.
Well, you should have been at the pit Tuesday because this is like this is my week of emotions. I'm feeling it already for my boys out there in the gold. And my girls did their job on Tuesday, and now I'm watching these boys tonight, and I'm very proud of everything that they've done. And this offsides yet again.
3
and the
minutes.
Gators are going to be fast as lightning to get the ball any kind of way back onto the pitch and be able to continue play.
Now, the clock is going to stop on your screen at 2 minutes. So at that point, they'll keep it on the field. So we're 45 seconds from that. Here's a chance for Santa Maria. Goes out, and they're going to throw it in.
Oh, it's going to be Dutchtown throw.
Oh, wow. I thought that went off of a Dutchtown defender.
Yeah, I thought so too, but we're going to see right here.
And a Griffin is down. Still down, no whistle. And here's an opportunity. Passes right.
And
for Fontenot, and offsides again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna honestly tell you this. I know Dutchtown's coaches are getting mad and upset he's offsides. That's actually the best strategy to kind of stop the game.
Yeah.
Keep having a call, because he's not stopping his watch for a free kick. It's just going to keep going on,
And that wasted about 20 seconds.
Absolutely. So there's little things in the game that you can kind of get by, and great ball work by Micah Cortini. He was trying to find the through, but Dutchtown Griffins.
And here's an opportunity
and
from
Lawless.
Shot. And a header wide in off the post.
Post for the Gators. That was such an awesome.
Oh, no.
Abram Lawless had it. It was a perfect straight to.
And that one is blocked. And it stays in for the moment.
And let it go out because that's a corner for the Gators. The Gators are staying alive here. This replay, Lawless and Braxton Tribo off the post. Man, the post is the goalkeeper's best friend. And they're looking for a ball right now.
There's one right there against the fence. Now he sees it.
This is Micah Cortini for Sandoval. Man, Sandoval just gets something on it.
This is it. And it's up and a header wide. And a goal kick.
Leo Fuentes got up and it was too far left. Man, Sandoval is having so much sparks right now. And here it again, this replay. Beautiful ball by Caleb Cortini. Sorry, Micah. Caleb is his older brother.
It's understandable. This is so dramatic at the moment.
There are 4 Cortinis, and I coached 2 of the girls.
All right, here we go. Dutchtown trying to survive. If they can hold it for about another minute, they will win. Arandi down, and there's Carrillo onside, and there's a player down there, Fontenot, and he can't get it to him, but time is wasting. And here's another chance. Shot by Smith. Got his hands on it, and nearly a rebound. And we're waiting for the official to blow the whistle.
He is going to make sure that this corner happens no matter what, because that ball has gone out before the clock. So he is stopping the clock now because there is not a ball.
And there should not be much time remaining after corner. Sandoval needs a miracle now.
Yes.
And the corner taken out by Sandoval. Here's their chance. It's
Lawless. You gotta kick it up, dude.
He's got to go. And they're trying to just stall him and keep him from getting there, and they're wasting precious time. Good defense. Oh, and a miss. And now here they come. And it's over.
And this is ball
and
game,
Dutchtown
folks.
wins.
Dutchtown wins, and I know Dutchtown all better go to Barrow because he had a phenomenal game stopping the Gators. And man, my heart goes out to my boys in yellow just because they played with so much heart tonight against such a great Dutchtown team. As you can see, definitely see it in their faces. But give credit to Dutchtown. They came out here, when they met each other in district 0-0, had to have a winner tonight, and it took all the way into, the first overtime and then the second overtime to get it. Yeah,
we're going to keep it here because we want to see the emotions on the field on both sides. Of course, the student section made it on the Dutchtown side, but lots of emotions on the Sandoval side. And this is just heartbreaking. I mean, I'm on the winning side tonight, but I'm hurting for Sandoval. I mean, I really am, because you'd love to see both sides. And they had an opportunity for a tie game that went off the post.
Yes, off the post. That post, the near and far, is what is called a goalkeeper's best friend. That is what keeps a lot of teams, going and winning. And, as you can see, a lot of smiles with people in purple, but all these fellas right there. And here's that try for Sandoval. Lawless up, Braxton Tribo, and then post game. Awesome job. I mean, it's just phenomenal, to see Sandoval. They are number 8, but you just played a team that went to the finals last year. If I'm remembering correctly, I think they maybe had 5 seniors last year. So a lot of these, players played in that final game last year and have that experience, and have that. So, give it to Sandoval that literally has 2 seniors and the rest juniors being able to come out here, and kind of defend the pit. Just congratulations and kudos for a great season and a great year. Finishing 8th in the state with 2 leaderships, as seniors. And then, as we're watching Dutchtown right here, I know for a fact they are actually, to me as a coach watching, the coaches talk to Dutchtown, I feel like they're now more prepared to go play Catholic because of bringing Santa Ma into overtime. Having that gut, finding that extra or, that extra miles is definitely going to help them out in that, long run, which I know for a fact, looking at Santa Ma right here, very emotional. I know Coach Adrian is just, thanking the seniors and thanking all the boys for playing and doing what they did tonight. I know for Coach Adrian, he's very proud of this team, being very young and being able to come out here and face Dutchtown. It does, stink to lose to Dutchtown in a playoff game. You don't want to lose to your friends, but it also means, they get to go on and it's, your season's over. So I'm always honored and thrilled to be, Adrian's counterpart at Santa Ma. But you know what? Congratulations, Dutchtown. You definitely found something in that first overtime and are going to go to the quarterfinal round to play Catholic, which I know for a fact quarterfinal rounds have to be played pretty sure by next Wednesday for both of us. So we'll be, looking forward to see when Dutchtown and Catholic will meet. And so quarterfinals actually has to be played on finished before Valentine's Day. So I assume Coach Dreyer is going to probably do the Tuesday just because of playing tonight, maybe have an off day or practice tomorrow. And I'm already getting some smack from my parents because we have practice Sunday and it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm like, well, we have Dominican Monday, Super Bowl can wait. I mean, I'm just ready for halftime, but I know halftime's coming on at like 10 p.m., so I know I got time for practice today.
I'm missing it for our dance competition, so I'm missing the Super Bowl altogether.
I see it, yeah.
But, yes, it stinks for Santa Ma. They can't get over that regional hump again, but next year this team's going to be deadly, and that's going to be some good news for them in the future. Dutchtown, they're going to advance to the quarters as they are going to take on Catholic High. And on the girls' side, the Dutchtown girls advance tonight with a win over Mandeville. And Jolie, congratulations to your girls. We're proud of them.
Thank
and they're going to make it and played at Dominican. And now for our upcoming schedule, I'm going to be out here with SWAC tomorrow night. Well, I'm not here, but we're going to be over at EA at Spartan Gym for Dutchtown at East Ascension Basketball, and then on Valentine's Day, Santa Ma at East Ascension Basketball. And that can be live streamed on Rev Sports 1 on YouTube, and you can catch it on Channel 4 on Rev. And so our final score, 1-0, Dutchtown over Santa Ma, a heartbreaker for the Gators, and just a thrilling win for the Griffins. It's a shame some team had to lose, but it was a great moment for both teams. And
yes, so that's absolutely. Congratulations to Dutchtown, and just congratulations to Santa Ma and Coach Adrian and his coaching staff. Great season. Hate that, we lost to Dutchtown at the pit, but phenomenal effort all around. I'm very proud of the Gators for that second overtime. I mean, you had 3 shots on goal in the last 7 minutes. I couldn't ask the Gators to do anything better than that. So thank you so much, Jeff, for letting me come commentate with you tonight. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to have to use that what did you call it, wheel joke, again. So thank you so much.
All right, so that's going to do it. So for Jolie, I'm Jeff. You've been watching The Rev, the game of the week.